We have an audience question related to this, so let me throw it in there, Paul. This is from Augusto. He is a longtime community member of OpenEXO. Hi, Augusto. It's great to see you out there. Thanks for being here today. What about practical effects of statelessness? For example, wouldn't trading among city-states be a nightmare of different regulations?
Oh, spot on, Augusto. That this is the problem, that city-states, mayors don't want to take on national defense. And city-states are going to stay focused on what's local for them and only get forced into, they're going to say that's somebody else's problem. And so this is why everybody might know them, actually, might know the name of the mayor in New York, but it's why, the World Economic Forum every year always has, the global mayors session. And they're always waiting for the global mayors to step up and do something outside their city limits, and they never do. So that's not going to change. And then it gets really complicated. One of my favorite virtual city states is down in Southern California. You could call it San-Tijuana-Calexico, because the mega region of San Diego, Tecate, Tijuana crosses the international border. And everybody down there, no matter what their political persuasion is, said, just get rid of the darn border, because we got to cross back and forth. You got people living in Tijuana who have their kids going to school in San Diego, and the like. And it itself is an indicator of something else. So the growth of the San Diego Tijuana mega region is determined to not have that border.
I remember you once saying that border doesn't want to exist.
Exactly. The two aspects. One, it does not want to exist. And two, in periods of slow change, 60 years ago, we were frozen in the Cold War. Power resided in the national capitals. It resided in Washington, D.C., and Moscow and Paris. In this age where, very simply put, digital technology is the solvent leaching the glue out of our international institutions. And the action, global policy is no longer made in capitals. Global policy is made at borders. It's made on the San Diego-Mexico border. It's made on the border between Ukraine and Russia. It is, out in the western part of China. And a whole bunch of politicians in the capitals think they're still in charge, when in fact they're just passengers on a train where nobody's at the controls. I am an optimist, by the way.
I am too. It's so funny. I asked you what's the role of the nation state in the future, and you mentioned guns and soldiers, basically, and then the mayors don't want to do that. So if I'm a mayor and the nation state still has the guns and the soldiers, then they become my militia. I don't know.
Well, then what it is, then this is the crime gang, paying tribute problem, that the national governments are going to put the squeeze on regions to pay tribute, in effect. But one of the things that dissolved the nation state, I mean, in a very real sense, the nation state already doesn't exist. We just haven't figured out which yet. The moment that we had intercontinental ballistic missiles, so the exact same technology that made ICBMs possible, the microprocessor that launched the digital revolution, pretty much ended sovereignty. Because before the ICBM, a nation state always had borders, and it had refuge inland. They could control their borders and control what invaded. The moment you had nuclear weaponry on ICBMs, there was no nation on this planet that could claim that it had full security over its territory.
Wow.
That's big. Yeah, you made me remember that a fish doesn't realize it's swimming in the water.
Marshall McLuhan famously said, I don't know who discovered water, but it was most assuredly not a fish.
Exactly. That's the one.